द विकी लालवानी शो पर आज अमजद खान के बेटे शादाब खान। टॉम वॉल्टर वॉज एट अ रेस्टोरेंट।
वेटर ने कहा सर आपने वो पिक्चर देखी शोले? बोलो नहीं देखी। उसे मत देखो साहब। क्या बंडल पिक्चर बनाई है, संजीव कुमार के हाथ नहीं है। वो अमिताभ बच्चन धर्मेंद्र के बीच में जो भी डिसीजन लेना है वो सिक्का उड़ा के करते हैं। जया बहादुरी लालटेन लेके घूमती रहती है और विलन इतना डब्बा विलन है। अमजद खान, गब्बर सिंह, क्या डायलॉग है, कितने आदमी थे।
Do you think Sholay still remains the biggest film that India has seen?
Oh yes, undoubtedly.
Mr. Ram Gopal Verma says it's Dhurandhar.
Mr. Ram Gopal Verma is the same person who made Ramgarh ke Sholay. So let's leave it at that. I don't know if there was any problem between Dad and Javed Saab. There was some issue that was raised about his voice. The two people who took up for him was Bachchan Saab and Ramesh ji. And there was a lady, tarot card reader. Her name was Dolores. Dad लुक में थे गब्बर के। डिलोरस ने कार्ड्स खोले और रमेश जी से कहा कि योर फिल्म विल बी अ सुपर हिट एंड इट विल रन फॉर 5 years एट अ स्ट्रेच एंड इट विल बी बिकॉज ऑफ दिस मैन, पॉइंटेड एट डैड। अचानक वो ट्रक सामने आ गया तो उससे बचने के लिए डैड ने स्टीयरिंग व्हील घुमाया। जमीन गीली थी, गाड़ी कंट्रोल से निकलकर पेड़ में जाके घुस गई। तो देवर सिंह टच एंड गो है। सत्यजीत रे जी केम एंड ही met my dad. My dad was barely conscious and he said कि देखो अमजद, I'm making a film called शतरंज के खिलाड़ी and I wanted to approach you to play my वाजिद अली शाह। इतना ही बोलूँगा कि if you don't make it, I will share this film। तो मेरी पिक्चर के खातिर मरो मत यार। जिस दिन वो गुजरे, रिचुअल्स चल रहे थे, सामान मंगाना था। The one person जो अपनी जेब से सब दे रहे थे चुपचाप, वो सलीम साहब थे। बड़े प्रोड्यूसर्स एक्ट्रेसेस को कास्टिंग काउच की तरफ घसीटने की कोशिश करते थे। गाना हुआ था लैला और लैला। For that, Dad was supposed to be drumming in the film. So we had drums brought home. Firoz ji sent it home in the old house for Dad to practice on those drums. Underworld. They came forward and expressed their desire to extract that money on our behalf. My mother said no.
The Underworld said they'll extract the money from Bollywood.
Yes. It was a few months after Dad's passing. I took the call. A particular gangster wished to speak to my mother from the Middle East. अनुपम खेर साहब का इंसिडेंट हो गया था that he had slapped some journalist. Allegations लगाए थे खेर साहब पर, चिढ़ गए थे।
What excuse did the filmmakers give you?
Not even a call back.
Amjad Khan's son is not informed 60 times that he is not taken in a film. द विकी लालवानी शो पर आज अमजद खान के बेटे शादाब खान।
Thank you for having me, Vicky. Pleasure to be on your show. In fact, मैं इंटरव्यूज़ बहुत कम देता हूँ। जो लास्ट मैंने इंटरव्यू दिया था वो आपको दिया था, काफ़ी साल हो गए इस बात को। Many years ago, this was before you had your channel. उसके बाद मैंने इंटरव्यूज़ दिए ही नहीं हैं because I'm a very private person. My house is more or less off limits. तो I'm very happy that a full blown interview जो मैं दे रहा हूँ अब आपको दे रहा हूँ।
शादाब, शोले से ही शुरू करेंगे। When you say Amjad Khan, it means Gabbar Singh, and when you say Gabbar Singh, it means Sholay.
Right.
आप उसी दिन पैदा हुए जिस दिन आपके डैडी ने शोले साइन की।
Right.
ये बहुत ही दिलचस्प इत्तेफाक है। Tell me that hardships which he had before he got Sholay. Tell me, if I'm not wrong, he didn't have money to get your mother back home
जी
from the maternity hospital.
जी उनके पास मेरे हिसाब से कुछ 300 या 400 रुपये नहीं थे मॉम को डिस्चार्ज करके घर लाने के लिए फ्रॉम द मटर्निटी होम। लेकिन एक इंसिडेंट मैंने कभी कहा नहीं है, बताया नहीं किसी को उसके बारे में, जो शोले से पहले वाली बात है। ये शायद मैंने कभी भी नहीं कहा। एक फिल्म थी शोले से पहले, डैड उस वक्त स्ट्रगल कर रहे थे बहुत, थिएटर करते थे, छोटे मोटे रोल्स करते थे, छोटे मोटे रोल्स किए थे उन्होंने। हिंदुस्तान की कसम में भी छोटा रोल किया था, फिर लव एंड गॉड नाम की एक फिल्म में छोटा रोल किया था जिसमें वो असिस्टेंट भी थे, कि आसिफ साहब की थी वो पिक्चर। अब उन्हें एक फिल्म में एक रोल मिला था, ये शोले से पहले की बात है। डायरेक्टर का नाम मैं भूल गया हूँ, लेकिन बड़ी फिल्म थी। और उसमें रोल था, जो विलन थे उसमें, विलन शायद अजीत साहब थे, और उसमें विलन के राइट हैंड का रोल था कि हर फ्रेम में तुम विलन के साथ हो। लेकिन डायलॉग्स नहीं है। डायलॉग आपका एक ही है, डायलॉग एक ही डायलॉग था डैड का फिल्म में, वो था कम ऑन बॉयज़। तो उन्हें बुलाया शूट के लिए, मेकअप कराया, सूट पहनाया, दाढ़ी वाड़ी लगाई और बोला बुलाएंगे तुम्हें शॉट के लिए, तुम बैठ जाओ। एक दिन हुआ, काम नहीं आया, बोला अगले दिन तुम्हारा शॉट आएगा। दूसरे दिन बुलाया, फिर वही मेकअप डाल के कपड़े पहन के बैठ गया जाके, फिर शॉट नहीं आया। ये 2 हफ्ते ऐसे चला, 2 weeks ही वुड रिपोर्ट एवरी डे फॉर शूट, मेकअप करके दाढ़ी वाड़ी लगा कर जाके बैठ जाते थे। लेकिन 2 हफ्ते तक सेट पे बुलाया नहीं और वो बैठे थे, ना चाय के लिए पूछा, ना लंच ब्रेक में खाने के लिए पूछा, बस बैठे रहते थे। इज टू कीप वेटिंग, बुलाएंगे बुलाएंगे, शॉट के लिए बुलाएंगे। वो एक लाइन दिमाग में, कम ऑन बॉयज़ बोलना है, चलो ठीक है। 2 हफ्ते बाद ही केम फॉर शूट, उन्हें इन्फॉर्म कर दिया सुबह को कि भैया तुम्हारे रोल अभी कट कर दिया, वी डोंट नीड यू, यू गो। थोड़ा बहुत पैसा दे दिया, 400-500 रुपये वट एवर दे दिया उनको, तुम्हारे ये मजदूरी रख ली। तो देन ही स्टार्टेड रिमूविंग द मेकअप खुद निकालने लगी। तो ड्रेस दादा आके उनको बोले कि जाते वक्त जो ड्रेसमैन थे वहाँ के, वो पुराना चावल था ड्रेसमैन, ही वॉज देयर फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम, ही हैड इवन वर्क विद माई ग्रैंडफादर। तो आके बोला बेटा आप जैन साहब के लड़के हो? बोला हाँ। से बेटा तुम एक बात बोलूँ, बुरा तो नहीं मानोगे? इसे नहीं, बेटा तुम बहुत सीधे हो। बोलो क्या हुआ? इसे तुम जानते हो कि अजीत साहब विलेन है फिल्म के? बोला हाँ। और तुम्हारे डैड के बहुत अच्छे दोस्त हैं? बोला हाँ। लेकिन तुम एक बार भी अंदर नहीं गए, जाके तुमने ये नहीं कहा कि अजीत साहब विनोद, मैं जैन साहब को लड़का हूँ। पहले दिन तुम्हें इस बंदे ने बाहर बिठाया, डायरेक्टर साहब ने। अगर तुम दोपहर को जाके अजीत साहब को बोलते कि मैं जैन साहब का लड़का हूँ अमजद, वो डायरेक्टर का कान पकड़ के बोलते बाहर क्या कर रहा है, खड़ा करो उसे मेरे साथ फ्रेम में, तुम्हारे लाइन्स बढ़ते हैं, तुम्हारा रोल बढ़ता, तुमने क्यों नहीं किया? डैड ने बोला कि दादा मैंने सोचा ही नहीं। बोला देखो बेटा मैं तुम्हें एक फ्रैंक एडवाइस देता हूँ, ये लाइन तुम्हारे लिए नहीं है, तुम बहुत सीधे हो, तुम कुछ और करो, यहाँ तुम धक्के खाओगे। मुझे पसंद नहीं आया जिस तरह से 2 हफ्ते तुम्हारे साथ हुआ। उस वक्त वो जर्नलिस्ट बनने वाले थे इंडियन एक्सप्रेस के साथ। बस एक प्ले था जो डायरेक्ट भी कर रहे थे और एक्ट भी कर रहे थे, जिसका रिहर्सल चल रहे थे। उस प्ले में उनकी वाइफ बनी थी रमेश सिप्पी जी की बहन, और रमेश सिप्पी जी ने वो प्ले देख लिया लास्ट शो। तब उनके दिमाग में आया कि ये आदमी को मैं गब्बर सिंह कास्ट करूंगा, और वहां से उन्हें गब्बर का रोल मिला।
बट लोग तो कहते हैं कि सलीम खान ने रिकमेंड किया।
यस, सलीम साहब हैड रिकमेंडेड हिम। और ये बात रमेश जी के दिमाग में थी कि अमजद नाम का एक लड़का है, बहुत बेहतरीन एक्टर है। सलीम साहब ने कहा सर उसको देख लो एक बार, ये लड़का बहुत अच्छा रहेगा। और सत्यन कपूर जी ने, द लेट सत्यन कपूर जी, ऑल्सो रिकमेंडेड माई फादर।
Yeah, he was also in Sholay.
Yes, and he said something very big. उन्होंने कहा कि अमजद मुझसे बेहतर एक्टर है। He said, I consider myself a good actor, लेकिन अमजद मुझसे अच्छा एक्टर है, उसे भी जरा देख लो। On the recommendation of सलीम साहब and the late सत्यन कपूर जी, सलीम साहब के दिमाग में, रमेश जी के दिमाग में था कि अमजद नाम का लड़का है, मुझे इसको देखना है। प्ले में देख लिया और ऑडिशन के लिए बुला लिया।
And the rest is history.
By God's grace.
सो शादाब, शोले शुरू तो हो गई, लेकिन ऐसा सुनने में आता था कि जब अमजद साहब ने शूटिंग शुरू की तो ही वॉज वेरी नर्वस, हिज हैंड्स वर शेकिंग, हिज वॉइस वॉज ट्रेम्बलिंग, देयर वर रीटेक्स एंड रीटेक्स।
Oh yes, more than 70 retakes.
फॉर द कितने?
not कितने आदमी थे सीन,
बिकॉज दैट वाज द फर्स्ट वन ही शॉट।
a part of it. It was not at that point. At that point when he sits down, जब वो बैठते हैं और तंबाकू घसने लगते हैं और कहते हैं कि वो डायलॉग बोलते हैं कि भाई यहाँ से 50-50 कोस दूर गाँव में जब बच्चा रात को रोता है, दैट लाइन, डायलॉग बोलते बोलते और तंबाकू घसते घसते वो कंफ्यूज हो रहे थे। ही वॉज नॉट एबल टू डिलीवर हिज लाइन्स एंड रब द तंबाकू एट द सेम टाइम। बहुत नर्वस थे, क्योंकि देखिए थिएटर अलग है, सिनेमा अलग है, द डिसिप्लिन आर कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट। और ये बहुत बड़ा ब्रेक, इतना प्रेशर उनके ऊपर, भाई करना है मेरे को, ये नहीं मिला तो भाई निकल गया हाथ से। कुछ 70-72 टेक होगा मेरे हिसाब से। और रमेश जी ने उनसे कहा कि ये शेड्यूल में कुछ नहीं, तू बस अपने आप को थोड़ा सीजन कर ले। रमेश जी एंड द सिनेमाटोग्राफर ऑफ द फिल्म I think it was Dwarka Divecha ji who was the cinematographer of the film. He told Dad and Ramesh ji कि यार अमजद तो अपने आप को थोड़ा सीजन कर ले,
कि let's not do your scenes
इस शेड्यूल में नहीं करेंगे.
after starting.
Yes, तो अपने आप को थोड़ा मंझ ले, क्योंकि यू आर अ लिटिल नॉट कच्चा, यू नर्वस, थोड़ा संभाल ले अपने आप को.
And then
And Ramesh did something wonderful. He gave my father, he made him in charge of the second unit. Gave him responsibility to bring out the best from him. Dad, गब्बर के कपड़े पहन के, he used to keep roaming around the sets. He was getting into character because now his theatre discipline he was going back to. He was using that to get into the characters of Gabbar. Ramesh ji gave him responsibility of handling the second unit along with Sachin Saab. That emboldened him. और जब second schedule हुआ, he was Gabbar Singh. Perfect.
बट सचिन पिलगांवकर ने तो ये कहा है कि आपके डैड और सचिन ने कुछ पोर्शंस डायरेक्ट किए थे.
नहीं, डायरेक्ट नहीं, इट वॉज नॉट लाइक डायरेक्ट. जो उनको कहा गया था, सी डायरेक्टर इज रमेश जी, उसका तो देयर इज नो डाउट. बट व्हेन यू से डायरेक्ट, दैट डजंट मीन यू डिड इट ऑफ योर ओन फ्री विल, कि जो आपको डायरेक्टर साहब ने कहा है, बिकॉज इतनी बड़ी पिक्चर थी, यू आर शूटिंग विद मोर देन वन यूनिट ईयर. तो आपको जो डायरेक्टर साहब ने कहा है कि भैया ये शूट करना है, आप वो शूट करोगे. तो येस, टेक्निकली यू आर डायरेक्टिंग, बट you are doing what you have been told to do.
Correct, but
तो वैसे-
without Ramesh Sippy on the set.
Ramesh ji was not there on the set for certain things. Yeah, that is
the second unit.
Yeah, certain things. Yeah. So that action sequence, I think, I'm not sure. When Jain Viru पहली बार आते हैं ठाकुर से मिलने के लिए, and ठाकुर से जाके आराम कर लो, and Ramlal opens the door to that to their rest, to their guest house.
Yeah, and then there's a fight.
And there's a fight sequence. That I think Sachin Saab and Dad were in charge of the second unit. I think
fight
so.
scene.
Yes, I think so. And I think Jerry Crompton was the fight master, was the fight choreographer जो England से आया था. He was a Britisher, and I think he was the chief action coordinator. This is what I've been given to understand.
I'm told that Javed Saab did not like Amjad Khan's voice from day one on the set.
देखिए, आई डोंट नो अबाउट दैट, मुझे वो पता नहीं, बिकॉज डैड का क्या था, डैड नेवर मेड हिज प्रॉब्लम्स विद एनीबडी नोन टू एनीवन एल्स. अगर विस्पर्स हुए हैं वो मुझे पता नहीं. एज फार एज आई नो, लेटर ऑन जावेद साहब एंड डैड गॉट अलोंग लाइक अ हाउस ऑन फायर. इफ देयर वर एनी ग्रीवियंसेस, वो मिट गए. सो आई डोंट नो इफ देयर वॉज एनी प्रॉब्लम बिटवीन डैड एंड जावेद साहब. मुझे तो इसके बारे में पता नहीं. आई डोंट नो दैट फॉर श्योर.
नो, बिकॉज जब वो पिक्चर चली नहीं पहले 3-4 हफ्ते, तब ऐसी भी मीटिंग्स हुई थी जहाँ जावेद अख्तर ने ये भी कहा था रमेश सिप्पी के कि इनको वॉइस चेंज करवाओ, इनको किसी और तरह से बुलवाओ. दिस इज गोइंग अगेंस्ट द फिल्म.
There was some issue that was raised about his voice. I don't know who raised it. I don't know who objected. Details I don't know. But मुझे इतना पता है that the two people who took up for him was Bachchan Saab and Ramesh ji. They were absolutely firm. Bachchan Saab said नहीं, इसकी आवाज़ को बिल्कुल छेड़ना मत, बहुत सही है. And Ramesh ji said yes, I back the guy, I back my actor, and that's it. You know, there's another very interesting incident. शोले बहुत साल से, मतलब आई थिंक मोर देन अ ईयर शूटिंग चल रही थी उसकी. लोग हंस रहे थे कि भैया ये तो भाई बैंगलोर में जाकर शूट कर रहा है. हम लोग डाकू की पिक्चर चाइना क्रीक में शूट करते हैं. यू नो, देयर इज अ प्लेस को, आप चाइना क्रीक में बहुत डाकू की पिक्चर शूट होती थी, फिल्म सिटी में होती थी. तो लोग हंस रहे थे कि भैया तो अभी तक रमेश वहाँ है यार, तो अपनी पिक्चर बैंगलोर में शूट कर रहा है यार, चाइना क्रीक में कर लेता पता भी नहीं चलता. तो रमेश जी was getting a lot of flack from all sides कि यार बहुत वक्त जा रहा है, how much time you going to take, पिक्चर बना रहा है, क्या बना रहा है. तो they were filming, I think बैंगलोर में फिल्मिंग हो रही थी, I'm not sure, I think बैंगलोर में था. And there was a lady, tarot card reader. I don't know whether you know of this incident.
I don't know.
Her name was Dolores. I don't believe in tarot cards and all that, but to each his own. लेकिन रमेश जी ने उसके बारे में बहुत सुना था कि डोलोरस नाम की लड़की है, औरत है, शी इज़ हाफ ब्रिटिश एंड शी इज़ एन एक्सीलेंट टैरो कार्ड रीडर. मतलब वो टैरो कार्ड्स बहुत बढ़िया पढ़ती हैं. तो रमेश जी गए उनके पास रात को, बारिश हो रही थी और रात को डैड के साथ गए, टू डैड, एंड आई थिंक इट वाज शूटिंग के बाद, डायरेक्टली फ्रॉम द शूट वो बैंगलोर गए बाय कार। डैड आई थिंक लुक में थे गब्बर के। दे सैट डाउन, डिलोरस ने कार्ड्स खोले और रमेश जी से कहा कि इंग्लिश में कहा, शी वॉज हाफ ब्रिटिश, कि योर फिल्म विल बी अ सुपर हिट एंड इट विल रन फॉर 5 years एट अ स्ट्रेच एंड इट विल बी बिकॉज ऑफ दिस मैन। सो डैड वॉज स्टन्ड एंड रमेश जी वॉज ऑफ कोर्स स्टन्ड बिकॉज पिक्चर में सुपरस्टार्स थे, बच्चन साहब, धर्म जी, संजीव साहब, हेमा जी, it was packed with superstars, Jaya ji. She said, because of this man, pointed at dad. Ramesh ji said, okay, 5 साल चलेगी और इसकी वजह से, I mean, he says, okay. She says, no, it will run for 5 years and it will be because of this man. That's it.
Going back to Javed Akhtar, after Sholay, Javed Akhtar and Salim Khan did not work with Amjad Khan again.
Even Ramesh ji didn't work with dad. उनका भी काम नहीं हुआ साथ में. But whenever we had a party at home, Ramesh ji was always there. I'll tell you an incident again about Salim Saab, which I have again never narrated. मैंने कभी किसी से कहा नहीं है, मैं आपसे कहूँगा. I don't know उनके बीच, डैड और सलीम साहब के बीच क्या था before dad passed away. लेकिन उनके गुजरने के बाद मुझे याद है जब लोग घर पे आए थे, जिस दिन वो गुजरे, बहुत भगदड़ मची थी घर में. मतलब रास्ते पे रोड्स वर जैम्ड, रास्ता ब्लॉक था, घर में बहुत सारे लोग अंदर बाहर जा रहे थे, पता नहीं चल रहा था कौन आ रहा है कौन जा रहा है. उस वक्त रिचुअल्स चल रहे थे, कस्टम्स चल रहे थे. मॉम वॉज इन नो कंडीशन. आई वॉज 18, मैं 18 साल का था. वहाँ बैठा था डैड के पास. मेरा भाई बहुत छोटा था, बहन बहुत छोटी थी. उस वक्त कोई नहीं था कि कुछ, मतलब समझ में नहीं आ रहा था कि क्या हो रहा है, लेकिन चीज़ें चाहिए थी, सामान मंगाना था. मुझे इतना पता है, फ्रॉम द कॉर्नर ऑफ माई आई, ये बात मेरे दिमाग में है. द वन पर्सन जो अपनी जेब से सब दे रहे थे चुपचाप, वो सलीम साहब थे. जो भी आया, जो भी सामान आया रिचुअल्स के लिए, कस्टम्स के लिए, चुपचाप बिना किसी को बताए, बिना कुछ दिखाए, बंदों को कोने में ले जाके अपनी जेब से पैसे दे रहे थे. उन्होंने किया, मैंने ये देखा. उसके बाद डैड के गुजरने के कुछ महीने बाद, 2 महीने बाद, मुझे फ़ोन आया कि सलीम खान साहब वुड लाइक टू मीट यू एट हिज हाउस गैलेक्सी. नलवा ठीक है, मैं जाता हूँ. मैं गया, सलीम साहब से मिला, उनकी बैल्कनी में बैठे. ही टोल्ड मी वन थिंग. फॉर अ व्हाइल देयर वाज साइलेंस. सलाम दुआ किया, मैं बैठ गया उनके पास, वेटिंग फॉर हिम टू से समथिंग, टू सिटिंग क्वाइटली. देन ही टेल्स मी, ही सेज, यू नो, and by the way, he also played very good cricket, Salim Saab. Do you know that? And you're a cricket fan, so I'm telling you. He told me, शायद तुम जानते हो कि पठानों की फितरत क्या होती है. तुम भी पठान हो, हम भी पठान हैं. ऐसे नहीं. So, you know, पठान जो होते हैं उनके खून में होता है कि वो यार आपस में बड़े लड़ते हैं. वो हमेशा एक दूसरे से लड़ते रहते हैं, हमेशा लड़ते हैं एक दूसरे से. 1000 साल से लड़ रहे हैं यार. ये पठानों की फितरत है, खून में. लेकिन जब कोई बाहर से आके इन्वेड करता है या जब कोई ट्रेजेडी होती है तो वो एक हो जाते हैं. ऐसे बेटा इतना याद रखना. दैट वॉज अ ह्यूज जेस्चर, विकी, बिकॉज माई फादर डाइड. आई वॉज अ नोबडी, 18. Salim Saab is a stalwart. Salman was a superstar. उनका दर्जा बहुत बड़ा था, अभी भी है. मुझे वहाँ बुलाकर मेरे सर पे, मेरे कंधे पे एक हाथ रखना, वो बहुत बड़ी बात थी. He didn't need to do it.
No, he's a thorough gentleman.
किया, it is not just about being a gentleman. If there was any problems, आदमी ख़त्म, प्रॉब्लम ख़त्म, उसके लिए एक बड़ा दिल चाहिए.
Maybe the problem was not from his side.
No.
मे बी जावेद की वजह से था और वो क्लियर करना चाह रहे थे.
See, I don't know about that. But मुझे इतना मालूम है, I can only speak about the person who extended a gesture to me. Javed Saab, I respect him a lot. I've never met him. My mom has occasionally met Javed Saab. He was a big fan of my grandfather's poetry. So he has always met my mom and my mother's side of the family with tremendous respect. So I have a lot of respect for Javed Saab. लेकिन ये जो पर्सनल जेस्चर जो एक्सटेंड हुआ था, ये सलीम साहब की तरफ से हुआ था. एंड जब तक मैं जिंदा हूँ, आई विल ऑलवेज होल्ड हिम इन वेरी हाई रिगार्ड.
आपको जावेद साहब लास्ट राइट्स वक्त भी नहीं मिले?
I remember Salman Saab was there. He was among the first to come that same evening. And he was sitting there for a long time. I don't remember everybody. But I'm pretty sure that Javed Saab was there too. I'm sure. I don't remember because there were a lot of people. Almost everybody started coming because dad passed away at around 8 o'clock at night. 10:30 तक न्यूज़ फैल चुकी थी.
Did Bachchan साहब come?
He was there. Yes, he was there. He came and he was there for a long time. And Bachchan Saab has maintained his relations. He's among the few people from, who has maintained relations, and his attitude has not changed. So yeah.
Because he came for your book launch also.
Yes, he was there for my book launch.
Yeah, I think you messaged him and in 2 minutes you
very
got
graciously, very graciously. And again, a tremendous gesture, which again I will hold very close to my heart. So there are certain people जिनमें वो class होता है. Bachchan Saab में है another person who has that रख रखाव Jackie Dada, who's like an older brother to me and I love him dearly. Again, Salman Saab's family, Salim Saab. Again, my relations have always been very good with them, and I hold them in tremendous regard.
This takes me to a question on Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. दोस्ती बच्चन साहब और अमजद खान की इतनी अच्छी थी और शायद शुरू वहाँ से हुई जब आपके डैड का एक्सीडेंट हुआ.
जी हाँ, yes. Dad's accident happened in Goa. वो ग्रेट गैम्बलर नाम की फिल्म थी, उसकी शूटिंग के लिए जा रहे थे. मैं भी था, मॉम भी थी. सबको बहुत बुरी तरह से चोट आई. डैड ऑलमोस्ट डाइड. मॉम वॉज वेरी क्रिटिकली इंजर्ड. आई ब्रोक माई कॉलर बोन.
हुआ क्या था गाड़ी में?
देखिए क्या हो गया था कि दे वर ड्राइविंग टू गोवा और डैड थे, साथ में ड्राइवर भी थे. मॉम एंड आई वाज सिटिंग इन द बैक. मॉम वाज प्रेग्नेंट विद माय सिस्टर. डैड वाज ड्राइविंग. सुबह का वक्त था, बारिश हुई थी, रास्ता गीला था. अचानक टर्न आया. वहाँ क्या करते थे पुराने टाइम्स में, अभी भी करते हैं, कि अगर ट्रक का ब्रेकडाउन हो जाता है तो उसके आसपास पत्थर लगा देते हैं, तो अचानक वो ट्रक सामने आ गई. तो उससे बचने के लिए डैड ने स्टीयरिंग व्हील राइट या लेफ्ट साइड पे घुमाया. ज़मीन गीली थी, गाड़ी कंट्रोल से निकलकर पेड़ में जाके घुस गई. बोलते ना कि जब कोई ऐसे इंसिडेंट्स होते हैं जो बहुत ट्रॉमेटिक होते हैं, आप भूल जाते हो. मेरे साथ भी मुझे वो इंसिडेंट याद ही नहीं है, जबकि मेरा खुद कॉलर बोन टूटा था उस इंसिडेंट में. बट आई कैन नॉट रिमेंबर एनीथिंग ऑफ इट.
और फिर क्या हुआ?
Then of course we were taken to a hospital in Goa, and Bachchan Sahab was told about the incident here. He was of great help, and he literally took charge here. That's what I've been told. And aside from that, उस वक्त डैड एक फिल्म शूट करने वाले थे, शतरंज के खिलाड़ी.
सत्यजीत
रे जी की पिक्चर थी. He came and met my father in hospital when dad was still just about coming out, and he was not. They were saying touch and go. He came and he met my dad. My dad was barely conscious, and he said, "ये देखो, Amjad, I'm making a film called शतरंज के खिलाड़ी, and I'm wanted to approach you to play my Wajid Ali Shah. इतना ही बोलूँगा कि if you don't make it, I will share this film. So for the sake of my film, for God's sake, make it." And he left.
And Satyajit Ray said this in the hospital.
Yeah, to my dad, yeah. He said, if something happens to you, I will shelve the film. I'm not, because you are my Wajid Ali Shah. अगर तुम नहीं हो तो मैं पिक्चर बनाऊंगा ही नहीं. तो मेरी पिक्चर के खातिर मरो मत यार.
And dad could register then?
He could register. He was in and out of consciousness. He registered it. Oh, there are lots of incidents connected to that, but that is very hazy. The whole accident thing is very hazy.
So उसके बाद क्या हुआ अचानक? बिकॉज जब शोले में हम अमजद साहब को देख रहे थे, he was very lean. And then suddenly, I think I saw him second in Charas, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
And there was a massive transformation.
देखिए वो एक्सीडेंट के बाद क्या हुआ.
So that accident happened between Sholay and Charas.
And that accident happened at around that time, and that completely changed his physicality because he had multiple broken bones and I think a ruptured lung and injury to his throat. He always carried a scar on his neck after that accident. He was put on medication. He was bedridden for a long time. 1 साल तक I think bedridden थे almost. उससे weight gain शुरू हो गया. And he was an athlete in his younger days. Cricket, badminton, very good at it.
Yeah, he was very fond of badminton.
Very fond and played it very well. तो उसके बाद वो एक्सीडेंट के बाद उनका हेल्थ डिक्लाइन होना शुरू हुआ. He had a rod in his leg for more than 20 years. He removed it literally a year or two before he passed away. तो इसकी वजह से एक्सरसाइज बंद हो गई. And he started putting on weight. Just couldn't do anything about it.
उस रात क्या हुआ 27 जुलाई 1992?
देखिए again it's very I won't say hazy, it's very बोलते ना, it almost seems surreal. I wasn't at home, मैं बाहर था. मैं आया तकरीबन 8 बजे और मुझसे कहा कि भाई डैड उठ नहीं रहे, जाके उठा उन्हें. मैंने ही इज़ नॉट गेटिंग अप. एक दिन पहले एक सिने आर्टिस्ट एसोसिएशन की मीटिंग थी घर में, सारे एक्टर्स आए थे. इट वाज वो इंसिडेंट हुआ था, अनुपम खेर साहब का इंसिडेंट हो गया था. दैट ही हैड स्लैप्ड सम जर्नलिस्ट. आई थिंक ट्रॉय रिबेरो वाज द नेम ऑफ द जर्नलिस्ट. कुछ एलिगेशन लगाए थे खेर साहब पर, चिढ़ गए थे. ही मेट ट्रॉय एंड आई थिंक ही स्लैप्ड हिम. तो ये इंसिडेंट हो गया था. सो फॉर सपोर्ट टू गाना सपोर्ट फॉर अनुपम जी, आई थिंक दैट वाज द इंसिडेंट. पूरी इंडस्ट्री घर पे आई थी उसी दिन, उसके एक दिन पहले, सॉरी 26 जुलाई को आई थी. सब लोग थे एंड द मीटिंग वेंट ऑन टिल नाइट. Dad was not well. He had his ECG done and stuff like that, and that had come clear hours before he passed away. So he was very tired. थके हुए थे तो आराम कर रहे थे. He got up in the afternoon and went back to sleep. Got up and back to sleep. तकरीबन 8 बजे तक मैं वापस आया, मैं बाहर गया था. Mom told me that जाके देखो उठ नहीं रहे. He's not getting up, wake him up. गया मैं, तो he was cold. Then we called the doctor and stuff like that. They said that look, he's had a massive heart attack. A particular injection is required. I got it, but I was told I was just a few seconds late. So this is what happened.
You drove the car when you were 17 with that medicine.
I drove like a madman.
You were under 18.
Yeah, I was under. No, I was. This happened in July 92. No, I think I turned 18 because I'm 73 born. So yeah, I turned 18. July 92. So now I was 18. I drove like a madman. Must have driven. I'm surprised that I didn't run over anybody. I didn't die. I'm surprised I didn't crash the car somewhere.
Have you mellowed down? Has Shadab, the angry man, and I connect this to your father's death because I recall that when the doctor told you that you are late with the medicine, you hit him.
Yeah, I hit him. I hit him. I broke every piece of crockery and cutlery in the house, and I also smashed my fist into the wall.
And I think you hit your father's friend also.
Yeah, I did. My father's closest friend, I manhandled him a little bit. Yeah. See, you mature with age. So did I. That was a difficult phase in my life. It was turbulent. 18 to 21 was turbulent. But after that, yes, I matured. And today I am nothing like what I was back then.
How did this dramatic transformation take place?
Marriage. 21, of course, I didn't get married. I got married around 32. The right person comes into your life, the right influence changes you, makes you a better person. The wrong person makes you a worse person. The right person makes you a better person. Obviously. So, at 21, I started getting into the film industry. The first film was supposed to be Himalaya Putra, which unfortunately didn't happen. Then, Salim Saab's Raja Ki Aagi Barat.
I interrupt you here. Why didn't you get Himalaya Putra?
No, I got Himalaya Putra. But there was some confusion with regards to the role and stuff like that. There was some, it didn't work out. Just things were not working out. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. So, that didn't happen. Then Salim Saab offered Raja Ki Aegi Barat to me. I was warned, and there was nothing wrong. I'm not blaming him. Salim Saab was a very nice man. I got along well with him. I'm not blaming him. I'm not blaming the film at all. उस वक्त क्या हुआ था यार विकी कि I was very heavy before that. I used to weigh 145 kilos.
145?
Yep. So after around 19, after my dad's death, I started losing my weight. I lost my weight. By the time I was 21, I had come down to 67. Problem क्या हो गया था? I had become very thin. Very thin. And the drastic weight loss, what it does is it takes a huge toll on you. A huge toll on you physically. बहुत पतला हो गया था. I was looking very drained, very gaunt. Wild hair. I looked odd. I met Yash Ji at his house and he was very close to my dad. उन्होंने कहा मुझसे कि देखो तू अभी तैयार नहीं है. I said I want to act. He said तू तैयार नहीं है. Right now, look at yourself. You've lost a lot of weight, become very thin, scrawny. You are not looking the part. You are not ready. He said give yourself a couple of years. कुछ साल रुक जाए. थोड़ा fill out हो जाए, gym जा. Just get in shape. I will launch you. Hold on. I didn't listen. My mom said the same thing. You're not ready. Just concentrate on education. नहीं हुआ मुझसे यार because I just wanted to do something. कि my father died, मुझे कुछ करना था. I wanted to make him proud. I wanted to do something. I couldn't. So I did the film. There was nothing wrong with the film. Salim Akhtar Saab offered Raja Ki Aagi Barat to me. There was nothing wrong with the film. I'm not going to blame him at all. I did the film. It didn't work. But the process of doing the film, the process of getting myself back into shape, उससे बहुत फर्क पड़ा temperament में. I was a very angry young boy from the time I was 18 to the time I was 21. There was a lot of anger in me. 21 के बाद as I came into the business, जैसे मैंने काम करना शुरू किया, वो गुस्सा ठंडा होने लगा. I was not completely there yet. Then I got married, 32. My wife Romana. पूरा चेंज जो मुझ में आया है वहाँ से आया है.
Where did you meet Romana?
Arranged marriage. I knew her in school, of course, but she was younger than me in school. I knew of her. Then, आगे जाके a formal proposal, I mean, through friends, the proposal was exchanged. We met up. I liked her instantly. But then her consent, the girl's consent is the most important thing. She agreed and we got married. So, that was the best thing to have happened to me in my life, my marriage to Romana. That changed me completely and made me not just a better person, a calmer person who uses his head more than his emotions.
आप जब ऑडिशंस में जाते थे
जी.
शादाब,
अब भी जाता हूँ.
तो being Amjad Khan's son, was it being an advantage or was it being a disadvantage?
Total disadvantage. And I'll tell you why. You will be surprised. देखिए वक्त बदल गया है. जो इंडस्ट्री थी 20 साल पहले, 30 साल पहले, वो अब नहीं रही है. पुराने वक्त के लोग जानते थे मेरे वालिद को, डैड को, कि अभी सब चिल्ला रहे हैं नेपोटिज्म है, ये है, वो है, इक्वालिटी नहीं है, ये नहीं है, वो नहीं. लेकिन जो लोग उस वक्त से हैं, जो अभी भी हैं, वो जानते हैं कि उस वक्त वर्कर्स के लिए, कॉमन मैन के लिए, जो फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में बाहर से आता है, जिसके वेजेस को बड़े प्रोड्यूसर्स रोक लेते थे, एक्ट्रेसेस को कास्टिंग काउच की तरफ घसीटने की कोशिश करते थे. मैं नाम नहीं लूँगा.
आपने देखा है?
बिल्कुल देखा है जी. माई फादर वॉज द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ द सिने आर्टिस्ट एसोसिएशन. इतने सारे केसेस आए, ही वॉज द ओनली पर्सन बैक देन अमंग द फ्यू पीपल हु फॉट फॉर दीज पीपल. राइट्स ऑफ द, बोलते हैं ना, द स्मॉल मैन एज दे आर कॉल्ड. देयर इज नो स्मॉल मैन, बट बोलते हैं ना, द राइट्स ऑफ द कॉमन मैन, जो फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में बाहर से आता है, जो डेली वेजेस अर्न करता है.
And were these producers and directors who were exploiting women? Were
Not
they,
just exploiting women, I'm talking about it in general.
yes, but you said you're seeing
Yeah.
cases since your father was a member.
Yep.
Were these producers and directors who were exploiting women very big?
Oh, of course they were big. They were big people, and those actresses were not so big. They were starlets. And not only that, there were people who were also exploiting small directors, smaller actors. They were also exploiting your daily wage earners, जिन्हें आप बोलते हैं ना, the common man, उनकी नज़र में ये लोग छोटे थे, तो उन्हें एक्सप्लॉइट करते थे. डैड इनके लिए लड़ते थे. उन्हें याद है, आजकल के लोग नहीं जानते हैं, क्योंकि देखिए अभी ज़माना बदल गया है. जो उस वक्त थे लोग अब नहीं.
बट कुछ साल पहले ही इतनी बड़ी मूवमेंट हुई, मी टू मूवमेंट, जहाँ काफ़ी लड़कियों ने बाहर आके रीसेंट किस्से भी बयान किए. दैट वाज नॉट टू लॉन्ग अगो.
बट वेयर आर दोस वुमेन नाउ?
दैट्स अ क्वेश्चन इवन आई वांट टू आस्क.
वेयर आर दे नाउ? और क्या हुआ?
वेयर डिड दे डिसअपियर?
व्हाट हैपेंड टू दैट मूवमेंट? क्या हुआ? कुछ नहीं हुआ. कुछ नहीं होगा. कहना बहुत आसान है, फॉलो अप करना मुश्किल है. ही वर्कड फॉर देम टायरलेसली, बी इट फॉर द गर्ल्स, बी इट फॉर द वुमेन, बी इट फॉर दोज हु आर एक्सप्लॉइटेड, बी इट फॉर द टेक्नीशियंस हु वुड नॉट गेट देयर ड्यूज, बी इट फॉर द स्मॉल एक्टर्स हु वुड जस्ट गेट steamrolled out of projects. They would come to him. He would help them. He would use his position, his respect in the industry, and he would help them.
बट कुछ प्रोड्यूसर्स और डायरेक्टर्स तो डैड को बोलते होंगे कि आप बीच में क्यों पढ़ते हो.
नहीं, but he was president. He was president of Cine Artists Association. उनका वो respect था. Dad always had that respect. Respect सब करते थे. But because he was a straight guy, a lot of people didn't like him. And that's a fact. You don't like straight people. Everybody respected him, but not everybody liked him. Do you understand? But because he had that goodwill and he had that respect among the entire fraternity, सिर्फ stars के बीच में नहीं, technicians के साथ भी, you had to go with what he said. वो respect था और वो authority थी. आज के ज़माने में आपको ऐसा कोई नहीं मिलेगा.
तो आज कास्टिंग काउच हो रहा है इंडस्ट्री में.
वो होगा, I don't know. आज के बारे में मुझे पता नहीं है, लेकिन
you are a part of it.
I only know about auditions. Casting couch है या नहीं है, I don't know.
Okay, tell me about auditions.
I will tell you about auditions. A very simple thing. I'll give you my own example. After Scam, immediately after Scam, we had the Sushant Singh Rajput incident. This is before Scam came out. Brilliant actor, a brilliant talent. A huge insider-outsider debate was generated. जो हुआ था. कि I am telling you the truth and I'm not lying to you. My wife is witness to it. You can ask her also sometime. We laugh about it. In the last 6 years, I have given anywhere between 55 to 60 auditions for good roles, solid roles. Either I have been removed after being confirmed, or I have just been shot down and actors have been taken who are not all that good.
Why?
I'm not someone who's a part of any big camp in the film industry. I'm not a part of any camp. Secondly, I'm not on social media. Social media plays a huge role in today's day and age with regards to getting roles. Your popularity on social media determines whether you'll get a particular role or not.
Yeah, whether your face is dumb,
Whether you can act or whether you can't.
whether your eyes light up or no.
Yeah, irrelevant. I don't have any management agency promoting me because abroad क्या है, अगर आप काम लेने के लिए, आपको एक्ट करने के लिए आपको एक मैनेजमेंट एजेंसी आपका होना ज़रूरी है. यहाँ उल्टा है. यहाँ काम मिलने के बाद मैनेजमेंट एजेंसी सामने से आपके लिए आती हैं. यू नो व्हाट आई मीन? एंड आई एम नॉट वेरी गुड विद माई PR.
नहीं, कुछ लोग पहले ही आजकल टैलेंट एजेंसीज ज्वाइन कर लेते हैं.
बट दे आर एसोसिएटेड विद अ कैंप. अगर आप किसी कैंप के साथ हो एंड यू हैव समबडी पुटिंग इन अ वर्ड फॉर यू कि यार इसको बंदे को ले लो, ले लेते हैं. एनी टैलेंट मैनेजमेंट एजेंसी दैट हैंडल्स actors has big people in it, and they will only take you on if you are promoted by somebody like a star or a camp, or if you are already an established actor. Because देखिए सबको पका पकाया खाने की आदत है.
So what excuse did the filmmakers or the TV serial makers or the OTT show makers give you कि आपको हम नहीं ले रहे हैं?
Believe me, Vicky, not even a call back. Not even a call back.
Amjad Khan's son is not informed 60 times
Yeah.
that he is not taken in a film.
And I'm supposed
And why?
to, and I'm supposed to be the nepotist because I'm a star kid. Anyway, a lot of people lost work. Vicky, I'm not blaming anybody for it. I'm just saying that this is a fact. I've never spoken of it, but this is a fact. And till date, my career is feeling the after effects. I have lost out on close to 60 auditions, and not only that, I have got audition clips. 6 minute, 7 minute, 11 minute long auditions that I have had to give, which are not even considered. They are used as reference reels. Because when you send a clip, a long clip, you send it via an unlisted YouTube link, you can see how many views it's got. I have got auditions, I can show you, that I've got 85 views, 100 views, 120 views. Clearly you're not using those to test me. You're using those as reference deals for other actors because you have no intention of signing me. That also has happened. But at the end of the day, I take it with a pinch of salt because God has been very kind to me and my family. We live well. And I have faith that my job is to audition.
What exactly do you mean by reference reel?
See, what they do is, they will call you for a role. They'll say, okay, sir, आप हमको एक ये role है, and they'll send you a very long scene. सब निकल जाता है. मतलब they can see everything in it. Normally audition scenes 1.5 minute, 2 minute, 2.5 minute उससे ज़्यादा लंबे होते नहीं because it's a test scene. This is not, it's not what do you call it, it's not a memory test. It's to see if an actor fits the part or not. I get 6.5, 7 minute, 7.5, 11 minute long scenes also I've done here. I get those scenes. And yes, a very good role. Please, can you just send us a self-test? I said, okay. Initially मुझे समझ में नहीं आया. मैं भेज देता था. No call back. I said, okay, chalo, no problem. Then 3-4 months later, they'd come back to me again. Sir, this is also a very good role. Can you just audition for this? I said, okay. Again, no call back. I said, Yari, what is this? I said, what is this? And the auditions were going well. I said, auditions, why the hell are they? And I take great pains when I work on my audition, when I work on my character. I take great pains because I take my work very seriously. So, यार ऐसे ये तो अजीब बात है. ऐसे देखा भी नहीं कि नहीं देखा. ऑडिशन भेजने के बाद आई नेवर चेक्ड. मैंने चेक किया, ये तो 85 व्यूज, दूसरे पे 120 व्यूज. इट जस्ट बिकम्स यू आपको एक अनलिस्टेड यूट्यूब लिंक पर इतने व्यूज तभी ही मिलेंगे जब आपका ऑडिशन सर्कुलेट हो रहा है अमंग अदर एक्टर्स. व्हाट दे डू इज कि चलो ये इसको तो हम लेंगे नहीं बिकॉज मेन रीजन है इसका कोई सोशल मीडिया प्रेजेंस नहीं है, ये किसी कैंप के साथ एसोसिएटेड नहीं है, ही इज़ नॉट विद एनी मैनेजमेंट एजेंसी, ये ना इनसाइडर कैंप में ना आउटसाइडर कैंप में, ये इन बिटवीन है, तो इसका चांस नहीं है. लेकिन ये एक्टर अच्छा है तो इसका ऑडिशन देख लो और जो यंग जिसको लेना है, जो कंटेंडर्स है, उनको बोलो ऐसे करो, डू इट लाइक दिस.
This is so unethical.
And it's not that I have been replaced for another star son. See, because I'm probably among the few so-called star kids who's still auditioning. The others are in a strong position. They don't need to audition. They are in some camp or the other. They have very strong social media profiles. उनका चल रहा है. Even if they call to audition, they have a team with them. उनके पास उनकी talent management agency से कोई ना कोई जाता है. They have good cushioning. I have lost out on work to actors who are more active on social media, who are a part of some camp or the other, not necessarily the camps तो भी दो हैं, एक insider camp एक outsider camp भी है. You know, insider camp who have that attitude कि वो ये outsiders है भैया, we don't like them, that toxic elite attitude.
Have you experienced that at any party or at any social gathering you went and, this central core actors ignored you or hardly spoke to you?
See, I'll tell you something honestly.
You tried your best.
No, see, I'll tell you honestly, Vicky, I never try my best. Frankly, I don't give two hoots. I'll be brutally honest.
Yes.
And because of
But did they ignore you?
Yes. I am not a part of that. I'm not a part of that elite circle. I'm not a part of the higher echelon.
So tell me, how did they ignore you?
See, See, you don't go out of your way to ignore somebody. You don't just turn your face away. But let's say you're at a party or you're going for a condolence visit to a place where, where let's say somebody big has passed away, or it's an A-list party. You've also been invited by default. The vibe is very clear. Vibe बहुत clear है कि भैया you're not a part of this clique. You know what I mean? It's like a very standoffish vibe that you are not a part of this elite circle.
Maybe you're misreading the vibe.
No. I never misread vibes. The one thing I'm very good at is vibes in people.
Have you extended your hand and said, I am Shada?
They know who I am. It's not that they don't know me.
Everybody knows you.
Oh, yeah, by God's grace, I'm well enough known. Even if I meet people, I say I'm not rude or arrogant, I will ignore you. I will always go and meet you. I will always pay my respects.
No, I'm just trying to be specific here.
You will always get a hi. And then, then they will drift into their own space. And it will be very clear that you are not a part of that group. Nobody will be openly rude to you.
So you mean to say that they may give you a smile, but they look away and begin talking to the next person who is big enough and by their side.
Yep, absolutely. That is not going to change. Because until in their mind you don't reach their level, God knows what their level is, until you don't reach their level, you are not worthy of being in their company.
Try getting closer and start talking to them.
Why? I value my self-respect. And by the grace of God, I don't live any less as well as they do. The only difference is they are stars, I'm not. But God has put his hand on all our heads. I don't need to bow or abase myself.
No, I'm saying this because I remember in my last interview with you, you said that I want to be the first one to win an Oscar for Bollywood.
Yes. That is not just a dream, it is my dying wish.
I want to win a national award also,
yes,
you said.
These two things I want to win, Oscar and national award, God willing. If God wills, I will. I don't need their support to get there. I just need that one break. See, I'll tell you, what happens is, Vicky, you could get sidelined for years, and I've been sidelined for the last 6 years. Agreed, there are a lot of roles that I have not taken. Because, see, Scam, मैं जानता था, it is a secondary character. Again, there was no hidden agenda there. I was told categorically secondary character hai, but important hai. 5-6 scenes scattered across 10 episodes. It wasn't a big role, nor was it an author-backed role. But from my side, I did whatever I could to breathe life into it, and I was wonderfully well directed by Hansal sir, and the script was fantastic. So overall, the effect was good. उसके बाद लेकिन क्या होता है यार, आप भी जानते हो कि हमारी इंडस्ट्री में भेड़ चाल होती है. अगर आपने एक किस्म का रोल किया तो अगले 50 रोल आपको वैसे ही मिलेंगे. मुझे प्रॉब्लम नहीं वो करने में, क्योंकि आप उसके साथ उसके ऊपर बिल्ड कर सकते हो, प्रोवाइडेड you have a strong social media profile, provided you have wormed your way into a camp, be it an insider camp or an outsider camp, provided you have somehow managed to get a talent management agency on board, and provided you network well.
I have a slightly different opinion here. I understand that they were offering you rich and snooty guy roles.
No, it's not rich and snooty guy roles. It's not about the roles. It's not about the character.
No, maybe you did very well in Scam, I say, and they also want you that way, and perhaps that is your strength and you could build on your strength.
No, I'll tell you. See, you're absolutely right to think that way. But I'll tell you what happens is, it's never about the length of the role, nor is it about a character you're playing. You see, after Scam, because as I said, unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know what to say, I fall in that very odd category, Vicky, that I might be a star son, but my parent died 30 years ago, more than 30 years ago. So I am not in that circle of star sons or star kids. And because I am not an outsider, I don't fall into that other circle also who say कि you star kids भैया थर आप तो कभी आराम नगर आए हैं, that kind of, I don't fall into that setup either. And nor do I fall into the Pali Hill setup. I might live in Pali Hill, but I don't fall into either setup. I'm somewhere in between. मेरा क्या है, I have to pick and choose my roles very carefully. Now मुझे मालूम है, and I have seen a number of star sons, actors, children of actors from the old days. I don't want to take names. When they get stuck in a rut, of playing a particular character, they cannot break out of that rut because they do not have the backing and they have enough people who don't like them because of their lineage and not enough friends to balance out that negativity. I fall into that category. That is the problem. मेरे लिए it's not the length of the role, Vicky, nor is it कि primary character or secondary character. I don't look at roles in that light.
I distinctly remember you telling me last
Yes.
time that you're very keen to work with Bansali and Hirani.
Yeah. Now,
Did you audition for them?
I did audition for Hiramandi.
Tell me what happened at Bansali's audition.
I'll tell you. Bansali sir, for more than a year, talks between his office and me for a role in Hiramandi. They took my pictures, this, that, the other, all that. Kiya. Then I was told, we need you to audition for the part. I auditioned for the part. Then they asked me, will you have a problem shaving off your head? I said, okay. Then I was informed that Bansali sir feels you're too old for one role and too young for the other. So unfortunately, I lost out on Hiramandi because I was too old for one role and too young for the other. Okay, I take it on the chin in the hope that God willing, aage jaake there will be something where he feels I fit a part. But I'll tell you an incident that happened with another casting agency, which you will be very surprised. And that has left a very bad taste in my mouth. And this is the one casting agency, I will not take names. There was a very big show that was about to be made for a big platform a couple of years ago, helmed by a top director. I was called for the audition for the main villain's role. It was based on a best-selling novel. I auditioned for the part. Now, मैंने audition दिया. You're an actor, you act. लंबा ऑडिशन था, टफ ऑडिशन दिया मैंने. वैसे सर अच्छा ऑडिशन है, लेकिन सर एक प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है. ऐसे क्या प्रॉब्लम है? बोलो आप एक्सप्रेशंस दे रहे हो. ऐसे यार एक्टिंग तो करनी है ना. बोला नहीं सर आप ब्लैंक फेस दो. ऐसे ठीक है ब्लैंक फेस दे देता हूँ. आई गेव अ ब्लैंक फेस ऑडिशन. ये सर अच्छा था, लेकिन सर क्या आप और ब्लैंक दे सकते हो? बोला ठीक है दे दो. I literally spoke my lines like this. It's like how I'm talking to you now, literally like that. They said, one second, sir, one second. And they called the chief casting director. He looked at the audition and said, Shadab, इससे भी blank जा सकते हो? I said, ठीक है मैं चला जाऊँगा. So I gave the audition like this. I don't think I can go any blanker than this. I gave it like this. Okay, हो गया. I left. A week later, I got a call saying that you have been shortlisted for the part.
Mr. Blank.
Yeah. I got, मतलब you got the part. But sir, एक और role है. Another very powerful character. Can you also audition for that? I said, okay. मैं आता हूँ. बोलो दोनों को ऑप्शन रखते हैं. इसमें तो आप शॉर्टलिस्ट हो गए हो, लेकिन वो भी बहुत अच्छा रोल है. ऐसे ठीक है, नो प्रॉब्लम. I gave the audition for that. I came home. Okay, no problem.
उसमें अभी you went blank.
No. They said they emote because the character has to cry and all that. Emote. I said okay, मैंने emote किया. That was a different role. I said okay. So एक दिन blank, second day रोना है. I said okay, चलो no problem. Okay, scene का demand होगा, मैंने कर दिया. मैं घर आ गया. Anyway, for some reason, there was some fallout between the makers and the channel, the platform. Budget भी कुछ तू-तुम्हें में हो गई. So the project got shelved. Then sometime after that, I ran into an AD who was associated with that project. Chief AD था, वो director का. I ran into him. So he said, you audition बहुत अच्छा लगा and all that. He said, you were locked in. He said, Shadab, you got locked in you were finalized for the main villain's role. Finalized कर दिया था. You were locked in, but unfortunately, the show didn't take off. I said, yeah, and they auditioned me and I said, yeah, but they auditioned me for a second part also, for another role as well. He said, I'm going to tell you something. He said, I don't know why they did it. They auditioned you for the second role. They told me that's also a very good role. He said, it is a secondary character. 4 या 5 scene का character है. They auditioned you for that. And after the director had more or less दिमाग में बात डाल दी थी कि मुझे इस बंदे को लेना है, they tried to get you out of that role. Another actor, they were trying to pitch him कि इसको देखो, इसको ये रोल दो.
The casting agency.
Yeah, that particular casting agency.
They were trying to manipulate the director.
कि इस बंदे को हटाओ, ये छोटे रोल में डालो, ये लड़के इस आदमी को उस रोल में डालो.
And then
Director said, no, I'm very happy with this casting. But unfortunately, the show didn't take off. वो दिन है और आज का दिन है. That is the one agency, नाम नहीं लूंगा मैं, but that is the one agency I do not audition for. Because बोलते हैं ना कि आपको ऐसे भी लोग मिलेंगे इंडस्ट्री में, toxic elitists, who think they are above everybody and everybody else is a small man compared to them. फिर आपको ऐसे लोग भी मिलेंगे who have that huge persecution complex, come with big chips on their shoulders, कि भैया we are outsiders और ये insider को तो मैं चांस नहीं दूंगा. इस insider I will ruin him. ये mentality के साथ that particular agency operates. No names, but by God's grace I was made wise to them. So उनके साथ I never audition again.
I'm going back to your dad, Amjad Khan. Tell me that incident. Someone told me that Tom Walter was at a restaurant in Bandra, and the waiter came and told him that the movie Sholay is a flop.
Yeah.
And then something else happened when he went 2 weeks later.
See, Tom Saab told me this incident. Wonderful man. May his soul rest in peace. I worked with him in a film a number of years ago. We were on our way to Delhi by car from Ranikhet. I think it was a 10-hour drive. So we got chatting and he narrated this incident to me. He said that मैं मोती महल रेस्टोरेंट गया था लंच के लिए और शोले उस वक्त रिलीज हुई थी और 2-3 हफ्ते नहीं चली थी. फर्स्ट कपल ऑफ वीक्स इट डिडंट डू इट. तो वेटर था, मुझे सर्व कर रहा था, तो ही सॉ गोरा है, सो ही ट्राई टू टॉक टू मी इन इंग्लिश. तो मैंने हिंदी में बात की. टॉम साहब इज ग्रोन अप इन द हिल्स, ही इज इंडियन, ही माइट बी फॉरेन बट ही इज एज इंडियन एज एनीवन एल्स. तो उन्होंने जब हिंदी बोली तो भाई बहुत इंप्रेस हो गए. तो वेटर ने कहा, फिर बात करते करते कहा कि भैया सर आपने वो पिक्चर देखी नहीं आई है जो रिलीज़ हुई है. सर कौन सी है? बोलो शोले. बोलो नहीं देखी है. बस मत देखो साहब. क्या बंडल पिक्चर बनाई है सर. वो संजीव कुमार के हाथ नहीं है पिक्चर में. वो अमिताभ बच्चन धर्मेंद्र के बीच में जो भी डिसीजन लेना है वो सिक्का उड़ा के करते हैं. जया बादरी लालटेन लेके घूमती रहती है. और विलन इतना डब्बा विलन है. अमजद खान, गब्बर सिंह, क्या डायलॉग है, कितने आदमी थे. डब्बा पिक्चर सब मत देखो, डब्बा है मत देखो, फ्लॉप है. तो ठीक, कपल ऑफ मंथ्स लेटर पिक्चर सुपर हिट होगी. टॉम साहब वापस गए वो रेस्टोरेंट में. ही डिडंट गो देयर जानबूझ के, ही वाज जस्ट देयर. बांद्रा में ही वेंट टू मोती महल अगेन फॉर लंच. कोइंसिडेंटली सेम वेटर. अभी वो बेचारा वेटर दिन में इतने सारे लोगों को देखता है, बहुत लोग आते थे. मोती महल वाज वेरी पॉपुलर. He couldn't place this man who he met 3 months ago or something. वापस बात होने लगी. He was very impressed कि भैया ये तो हमारी फॉरेनर हिंदी बोलता है. तो सारा टॉकिंग टू टॉम साहब. शोले का टॉपिक निकला. शोले से सुपर हिट. तो वेटर ने बोला सर आपने वो पिक्चर देखी है शोले? टॉम साहब ने बोला नहीं मैंने नहीं देखी. बोला क्या पिक्चर बनाई है साहब, क्या पिक्चर बनाई है. संजीव कुमार के हाथ नहीं है, कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट. पहले बोला हाथ नहीं है, बोल रहा हाथ नहीं है. और अरे अमिताभ बच्चन और धर्मेंद्र के बीच क्या दोस्ती दिखाई साहब. उनका पूरा वो कॉइन टॉस पे होता है सर. एंड में पता चलता है 2 सर वाला कॉइन है. क्या ट्विस्ट बताया एंड में बिल्कुल. और जया भादरी को विधवा दिखाया, लालटेन लेके घूम रही है सर. रात में क्या शॉट बताया. और विलन देखा आपने पिक्चर का, अमजद खान क्या विलन है. गब्बर सिंह, कितने आदमी थे, क्या एक्टिंग की है साहब. पिक्चर जरूर देखना साहब, पिक्चर जरूर देखना. 3 महीने में ट्यून बदल गया उसका. That was the power of Sholay. 3 months before and 3 months after.
I remember somebody from my building had gone to buy the tickets, and my family had also told that person to get us the tickets. And he came back unsuccessfully and said, मिनर्वा में बहुत लाइन लगी है और आज टिकट नहीं मिली, आप खुद जाके ट्राई करो, इतना टाइम मेरे पास नहीं है. We were thinking he's rude, you know, trying to speculate what went wrong. ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है कि कोई जाएगा, टिकट नहीं मिला. And then we ourselves went the next day. There was not an inch to move on that road.
You know, that's the thing about Sholay. first couple of weeks it didn't do well. Not because picture पसंद नहीं आई, because what people were seeing they could not comprehend what they were seeing. एक तो it was shot larger than life. जब फिल्म में सिक्का गिरता था, ऑडियंस यूज टू लुक बिलो देयर चेयर्स. दे यूज्ड टू थिंक कि किसी ने यहाँ गिराया है जेब से कॉइन.
Stereophonic sound.
यप, नीचे देखते थे. तो फिर फर्स्ट कपल ऑफ वीक समझ में नहीं आया क्या हो रहा है. बाद में मैंने स्टार्टेड टू सिंक इन द मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ दैट फिल्म, देन इट गॉट ऑन.
Do you think Sholay still remains the biggest film that India has seen?
Oh yes, undoubtedly.
Mr. Ram Gopal Verma says it's Dhurandhar.
Look, Mr. Ram Gopal Verma is the same person who made Ramgarh ke Sholay. So let's leave it at that. Dhurandhar is a very big film, no doubt. It's a smash hit. Yes. It's made 3,000 crores or something. Brilliant. I haven't seen the film, but people are talking big about its success. And kudos to the filmmakers and all the actors in it. But Sholay is an iconic film because it has held its position for more than 50 years. It's held that position for so long. If Dhurandhar or any other film can hold its position for as long as Sholay, then yes, you can say I have surpassed Sholay. But not yet. Yeah.
Have you seen anybody citing Dhurandhar dialogues?
No, I haven't. But the film is getting a lot of appreciation, that much I know. And coincidentally, I was auditioning for Dhurandhar too. Yep.
And?
Mukesh Chawda's casting agency auditioned me. What role I will not divulge, but the characters in both part 1 and part 2. Unfortunately, I didn't get the part. The audition went well, but I didn't see the film, but I saw snippets of the character out of curiosity. Who's playing the character? The physicality, age, look, nothing similar to mine. So yeah, that rejection I can fully understand. That was purely because the physicality and the look did not fit. So yeah, I can accept.
Character बता दो यार.
No.
बहुत बड़ी खबर है.
No, not fair. Not fair. I'll tell you not fair. Because the film is such a hit right now and everybody has done a fantastic job in it. It's not fair that I rain on anybody's parade by saying, hey, by the way, I was auditioned for that role too. That's not fair. That would be unprofessional on my part. Let the actors enjoy the success. Let the filmmaker enjoy the success. I was very happy for Rakesh Bedi ji and for every actor who did the role. Because, it's always good to see good actors getting appreciated. So, yeah, there was a good role I was auditioned for. Unfortunately, it didn't work out.
Shut up. Tell me other films of Amjad Khan that have remained with you. With me, a lot have remained. Muqaddar Ka Sikandar, Parvarish, Naseeb, Shatranj Ke Khiladi, Dada. There were so many films, but in the family, with children, with the wife, which films have remained uppermost?
See, honestly, for me, Shatranj Ke Khiladi is right at the top of that list. Because it came at a time when he was playing villain and menacingly well at that, as he always did. The brilliant actor that he was. Shatranj Ke Khiladi was a big departure from what he always played. And Nawab Wajid Ali Shah gave the character a slight effeminate touch because, he was supposed to be refined and a Nawab. So he gave him that refined elegance. Even sang a tumri in the film himself, danced. That was a brilliant performance. So Shatranj Ke Khiladi for me is right at the top.
Number 1.
Very high up there. Muqaddar Ka Sikandar, another performance that I loved.
So Sholay is 1 and Shatranj is 2.
Sholay is 1, yes, definitely, because Sholay was probably the only film that he actually got the opportunity to prepare for the character. And Shatranj Ke Khiladi, these two. Otherwise, he went in blind on all of his roles. He never prepared. Back then, where were they preparing, Vicky? They used to do 3 shifts. My father's done more than 300 films. 3 shifts karte the. 4 ghanta. That's how they used to work. So where was the time to prepare for roles? He got the chance to prepare for Sholay. He got the chance to prepare for Shatranj Ke Khiladi. He didn't get the chance to prepare for nearly all the other films.
I remember that preparation. Areos Samba.
Oh, that was
He used to say Areos Shanti at home.
Shanti. That was the Dhobi, the family Dhobi. That was dad's family because my grandfather had told him कि बेटा अगर किसी जान पहचान एक्टर को तुम कॉपी करोगे तो पकड़े जाओगे. And you need a template. Every actor needs a template. या तो आप किसी दूसरे एक्टर को कॉपी करो या किसी रियल लाइफ आदमी को देखकर उसकी नकल उतारो.
So Jain Saab had told him.
Yes, कि अगर तुम किसी जाने माने एक्टर को कॉपी करोगे तो पकड़े जाओगे. So look for inspiration, look for a template where others are not looking. So ये जो अरेयो सांबा था, ये अरेयो शांति, the Dhobi used to call his wife that. So my father picked that up for the character. Also, wearing of the green fatigue type clothes was worn because there was a real dacoit in the Chambal. I think it was the Chambal region, I'm not sure. His name was Gabra. He had a fetish for cutting off people's ears and noses after he'd killed them. He had sworn he'd cut off 100 ears and 100 noses. He got to 23 or something before he was gunned down. He used to wear green, military greens, because जब दूर से उसे गांव वाले देखते तो ऐसा लगता कि आर्मी वाला घूम रहा है. वो डाकू नहीं लगता था, दूर से लगता था कि आर्मी वाला है, इसलिए वो आर्मी वाले हरे कपड़े पहनता था. So that is when Dad convinced Rameshji that let's not wear the traditional Daku outfit.
Achha, so this outfit was his brainchild.
I think it was his brainchild, yes.
And he told him the name Gabra also.
Gabra, I think they researched, because even I think they were all researching it. Dad read all the material he possibly could on the deck.
So maybe after hearing the word Gabra, Ramesh Sippy
I don't know that, but
named him as Gabbar.
I have no idea. But there definitely was a dacoit by the name of Gabra who would wear these clothes and cut off people's ears and noses. ये था, ये डाकू तो था.
अभी जब फिल्म री-रिलीज हुई
जी
कुछ महीने पहले,
जी
आपने जाके थिएटर में देखी?
नहीं, I've already seen the film too many times.
बट ये शोले की एंड तो अलग थी ना?
I've already seen the ending. वो देख चुका हूँ.
अच्छा, वो कैसे देखी थी आपने? संजीव कुमार एक्चुअली किलिंग अमजद खान.
And that ending was something that Ramesh ji wanted. But unfortunately, he was convinced, I think, by the censor board कि निकाल दो. Because it's too gory. And he was not happy with it, if I'm not mistaken. Now, ये ending मैंने कहाँ देखी? I think I saw it. Yeah, I saw it on YouTube years ago. You know, ये leak हो जाता है ऐसी, little clips get leaked on YouTube. तो मैंने वहाँ देखी थी. बहुत साल पहले, 10, 12, 15 साल पहले. So I was familiar with this ending.
Which is your best scene in Sholay?
The opening scene. Iconic. Absolutely iconic because of the hardships he faced. Like I pointed out earlier. Opening scene के दौरान ही वो 72 या 74 retakes हुए थे. So after that, to summon the confidence to pull off such a strong scene with such aplomb, hats off. Another scene that I liked a lot was the scene when he was being taken to jail. Sanjeev Saab is there and he's been taken to jail and he tells him, yaad rakhunga tujhe, yaad rakhunga. That scene, apparently, if I'm not mistaken, that was his audition scene. I think.
Okay.
So that was technically the first scene he filmed. That was his audition scene, I think.
I loved one scene which incidentally happened in the re-release only. Mm-hmm. And that is when, Satyan Kapoor is putting the nails in the shoe. Mm-hmm. And Thakur Saab is, Sanjeev Kumar is just sitting at a distance of what you are sitting from me. Mm-hmm. And he's just in his own world, maybe talking to someone else. And Satyan Kapoor is just putting the nails. That is so important because they're showing there that very soon what is going to happen. But to a moviegoer who's seeing it for the first time, I'm sure he won't realize it.
No, he won't realize it.
What about Muqaddar Ka Sikandar?
Another brilliant film. Loved that film. Another film that was excellent was also Qurbani.
Oh my God.
Fantastic job there too.
That gum-chewing, English-speaking inspector.
But again, a lot of credit goes to Feroz Saab. Feroz Khan Saab, Dad and he were very good friends. So Feroz Saab and he, they got along like a house on fire. So the performance, of course, Dad's hard work and his talent, but very well directed by Feroz Khan Saab. You've got to give credit where it's due.
Any particular brief was given? I mean, I'm sure a brief was given, but what was it?
No, I don't know about the brief, but I do remember कि वो जो गाना हुआ था लैला ओ लैला, for that that was
Drums.
supposed to be drumming in the film. So we had drums brought home. Firozji sent it home in the old house for dad to practice on those drums to get the look and the rhythm right of playing the drums in that song.
Dada was brilliant. His performance in Dada was raved about.
Dada was a brilliant film and different at that time because he was a star. But उस ज़माने में इतना popularity नहीं था for character actors to take on lead roles. And he was the lead of Dada. He was Dada. So that film was sort of a path-breaking film in his career. And it was not made by a big producer. I think the director-producer, I think, was a gentleman by the name of Zar Saab. Zeenat Zar, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. So he was he was not a big producer. He was a small filmmaker. And dad always backed the smaller filmmakers. Like I said, he was always there for the smaller man, which unfortunately people of today don't remember.
And that unforgettable scene in Satya Pe Satta.
Yeah, again, where both Bachchan Saab was drunk, supposed to be drunk, and dad was playing foil to him. Again, two brilliant actors and their prime.
दारू पी के liver खराब हो जाता है.
So, uske liye, you see, again, you have to be an intelligent actor for that. Now, when one actor is performing, an unintelligent actor will try and outperform. कि मैं और करूँगा. But a smart actor and a brilliant actor and a good actor will be the foil. Dad was the foil in that scene. Because it was essential that, Bachchan Saab's performance, the drunken scene में, that stood out. So, बोलते हैं ना तालमेल. Intelligent actors are able to, match each other well. कभी आप ऊपर जाओगे, कभी मैं नीचे आऊँगा. कभी मैं ऊपर जाऊँगा तो आप नीचे आओगे. तालमेल. Intelligent actors do it. I mean, unintelligent actors will try and eat into each other's moments.
Yarana was another unusual role where he was a positive guy.
Yeah, again, see, that was again shifting away from the negative image, not on purpose. But by then his versatility was so well documented that he was shifting away from that. He was getting positive characters as well. Again, a very good film. It doesn't rank among my favorite films.
No, neither does it rank in mine. I mean, it was an average film, I would say. That song stayed in mind here. Amitabh comes on the stage and Sara Zamana.
Yeah.
What did Amjad Khan like to see when it came to his films?
It's very weird, Vicky. He had this belief in a Hollywood film that if the word, believe me, it's true, I'm not making it up, that if the word California is uttered in a film's dialogue in the first 15 minutes of the film, it's going to be a shit film, so turn it off. So whenever the word California would come in any American film, it was said, you would say, "Arey yaar, ye Kagistan bol." They used to call it Kagistan. Band kar yaar, band kar bache, band kar. You turn it off. I have lost count on how many films we have turned off because the word California was said in the first 15 minutes. It's a fact.
But when it came to his films?
No, he never, like I said, he would not bother. He did his job, came home.
खुद के scenes देखना,
Never. He's not into that. You see, he was not
projector पे.
बिल्कुल नहीं. Nor was he narcissistic. Nor was he sociopathic. He didn't have the typical filmy tendencies. Look at yourself in the mirror 10 times, be the loudest in the room, laugh the loudest in the room. None of that. He didn't have those tendencies.
लेकिन पार्टीज में जब जाते होंगे या किसी रिलेटिव के घर में आप लोग जाते होंगे तो सब लोग बोलते होंगे वो गब्बर सिंह की तरह हंस के दिखाओ.
नहीं, वो सब नहीं.
कुछ डायलॉग्स बोल के दिखाओ.
He would humor people at parties and stuff like that, but he only went to the homes of his friends, close friends, and everybody knew his tastes. So nobody would ask him for these unreasonable requests. But parties में fans के साथ, of course, definitely. But generally, he would not look at himself in the mirror or want to be the most boisterous or the most gregarious one in the party. वो कब enter करते थे कब निकलते थे पता नहीं चलता था.
But is it true that he didn't want you to get into movies?
No, ऐसा कुछ नहीं था. Nothing. He said you finish your education and then जो करना करो. पढ़ाई करने के बाद आपको जो करना है करो.
Because I guess he told you one day, apparently, that will you be able to uphold my legacy? You're too hot-tempered.
Yeah, not
Giving you the same example of sitting outside.
Yup. But not because of anything else, not because he didn't want me to be in the industry. He said that if you come into the industry as you are with your temperament right now, you won't work. He says you need to become a people's person. You need to become more tolerant. You need to basically mellow down. Otherwise, you will ruin my legacy.
आप कहते हो कि वो अपनी फिल्में नहीं देखते थे. एक समय ऐसा भी आया घर में शादाब के मॉम ने भी उनकी पिक्चरें देखना बंद कर दिया उनके डेथ के बाद. ऐसा क्यों हुआ कि वो देख नहीं पा रही थी? क्या था वो?
See, obviously she was not able to see it, but that is in the past now. She does watch his films now from time to time. अब देखती. Once in a while, she does. She does like to relive old memories. But yes, उनके गुजरने के बाद for a number of years देखना बंद हो गया था. अब yes, better now.
You had also said once that a lot happened in the house when Amjad Khan passed away, when your dad passed away. What exactly was happening?
There was a lot of money, and I made a slight faux pas the last time we spoke. I told you the industry owed my father 1 crore 25 lakh rupees. I was wrong. It was not 1 crore 25 lakh, it was 1 crore 27 lakh. My mother corrected me later after the interview. देखिए उस वक्त ज़माने में लैब लेटर्स हुआ करते थे. यूड गेट लैब लेटर्स अगेंस्ट द फिल्म. मेरे पास हमारे पास दर्जनों लैब लेटर्स पड़े थे tantamounting to 1 crore and 27 lakh. That money भी नहीं बचा, वो कभी मिला ही नहीं वापस. So there was a lot of anger in me because of that as well. Because of which for a number of years in between मैं इंडस्ट्री छोड़ के हट गया था. बहुत गुस्सा था. It took me a long time to let go of that.
कि मेरे डैड के एक्टिंग फीस 1 करोड़ 27 लाख लोगों ने चुकाए नहीं है.
देखिए चुकाने की बात नहीं है, खा गए. अगर आपके पास देखिए फ़र्क होता है कि आप चुका नहीं पाए कि आप गुर्बत में थे, आप गरीब थे, या आपके पास पैसे नहीं थे और आपके और मेरे डैड की अंडरस्टैंडिंग थी कि मैं दे नहीं पाऊंगा. ऐसे बहुत लोग थे फिल्म मेकर्स जिन्होंने पैसे नहीं दिए और डैड को बोले कि अमजद मैं नहीं दे पाऊंगा यार, और डैड ने वो कर्ज माफ़ कर दिया. लेकिन ये जो पैसे थे, दीज वो एस्टैब्लिश्ड प्रोड्यूसर्स, बड़े प्रोड्यूसर थे कि टटपूंजिया नहीं थे.
कोई आगे नहीं आया.
नहीं आया, बिल्कुल नहीं आया.
Not a soul came and even gave you 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs.
Oh, none of them. बिल्कुल नहीं. पैसा सब खा गए.
And you knew their names.
Of course I knew their names. I know their names till now, but why? I don't care. Most of them are dead and gone.
You didn't knock the doors and say, this is my dad's money.
My mother was very clear that Amjad Khan never put his hand out and asked for it. I will not do it after his death. देना है देंगे, नहीं देना है ऊपर वाला है बहुत बड़ा संभाल लेगा, और ऊपर वाले ने संभाल लिया. Purely by God's grace.
That's all thanks to your mother who entered into construction business.
Yes.
On her own steam.
Yes, 100%. 100%. Total credit to her. Total credit to mom, who had not even seen the inside of a bank while dad was alive. He kept us so sheltered. After his passing, she had to do all of it. Full credit to her. And total credit to God. वरना अगर हम यहाँ उस ज़माने के लोगों के भरोसे रहते, with all due respect, लुटिया डूब जाती है यार. A crore and 27 lakh today, okay, fine. It might be the price of a second-tier luxury car which the so-called A-listers drive around in. But back then, in that kind of money, you could buy 3 or 4 apartments on Palil. It was a lot of money back then, यार. It was a lot of money.
किसी ने कोशिश भी नहीं की इंडस्ट्री से?
बिल्कुल नहीं की.
ऐसे कई लोग करते थे कि हम मोबिलाइज करते हैं लोगों को.
नहीं, हम लोग ने बताया नहीं. Frankly speaking, to father's friends, maybe they knew, maybe they didn't know, but at that time nobody came forward. Certain elements came forward. They were from the underworld. They came forward and expressed their desire to extract that money on our behalf. My mother said no.
The underworld said they'll extract the money from
Yes.
Bollywood.
Yes.
They called you.
Yes, बिल्कुल आया हूँ.
How many calls did you get?
One call. Took that call. It was a few months after Dad's passing. I took the call. A particular gangster who used to speak to my mother from the Middle East. My mom said, okay, I'll talk to him. He said that, yes, I've heard this much money is owed to Amjad Saab.
He knew the exact amount.
Yeah, he knew the amount. Everybody knew the amount. I don't know, people knew or they didn't know, people or certain people knew, but he knew. And he said, I will remove it for you. I'll extract it for you. She said, no. He said, in 3 days or something, the money will be at your doorstep. She said, no. She said, no, my husband never took favors from the underworld. I don't want to start a trend now. So, मामला वहाँ खत्म हो गया.
There was an interesting movie which Dad did with Rishikesh Mukherjee. Acha Bura.
Yes, it was a remake of a film by the name of Mem Didi, which my grandfather and David Saab had done together.
Yes, Jain Saab and David Saab.
Yes, good film.
And here Ranjit and Amjad Khan played the leads.
Yes. Unfortunately, it didn't work. But again, you know, maybe it was not the right film for the time. Nahi chali. It was a good film.
Anything, Shadab, you feel Dad को देखना चाहिए था, वो आपके दिल में रह गया कि नहीं देखा उन्होंने?
देखिए, the obvious things, see, आप करियर की बात करो, करियर is secondary. Successes, failures होते रहते हैं. What is not successful today, tomorrow, it can be very successful because that is the nature of our business. Overnight, if God wills, things turn. What is important are people and family ties. I would have loved for him to have seen me, my sister and my brother grow up. That would have been ideal. But unfortunately, we don't live in an ideal world. So that didn't happen. That is the only regret I have. That he wasn't around for too long. He was 48.
When such things happen to your close ones, say an untimely demise or an accident, you are very angry with God. You said you were an angry man. ऐसा हुआ कि आप भगवान से भी बहुत गुस्सा थे, नाराज थे और उनको बोलते थे गुस्से में कुछ कि ऐसा क्यों किया?
No. My anger was never directed.
बिल्कुल नहीं.
No, not directed at God because at that point in time, I was too young. I was angry at myself for not being there on time. As you know, with that particular injection, that anger was there in me. And that anger would manifest itself outside in street fights, through violent aggression while I was younger. Between that age of 18 and 21 was a dicey period for me. I even got kicked out of college because of my activities.
Like?
I was hot-tempered and I'm prone to brawls. Very short-fused.
You had some violent incident?
While I was growing up. But
And for that you were asked to leave?
yes, I was rusticated.
And you did not complete studies?
No, I didn't. I was kicked out in my first year of senior college. Then I got my life back on track. Started losing weight. I realized that I had messed up big time. Started losing weight. And that is when I got into my head that I need to make my father proud. Because after getting kicked out of college, and after all the run-ins I had while growing up, there was just a thought that if he saw me now, would he be proud of me? And the answer was a resounding no.
That was the flashpoint.
Yep, that was a flashpoint. He would not be proud of me. I let him down. That I let him down badly. His words, that you don't come into the industry as you are. यार तू मेरी गुडविल बर्बाद कर देगा. He told me that. कि इस तरह से नहीं बेटा यार, बदल क्या. And those words, when I was kicked out, those words, they hit me like a rock. At that time when he said it, I felt, yaar, come on yaar, dad's over exaggerating yaar. Come on, ऐसे थोड़ी होगा यार. Come on, I'm not going to mess things up. मैं इतना भी गया गुजरा नहीं हूँ यार. But when it happened, when I was out of college because of my recklessness, I realized he was absolutely right. And if I didn't rein myself in now, that's it.
कोई ऐसा वायलेंट इंसिडेंट इंडस्ट्री में हुआ?
नहीं, इंडस्ट्री में कभी नहीं. Nothing in the industry. Never had any run-ins with anybody in the business because Dad always kept he never hung around with the film people. Like as I said earlier, I'm not a part of any camp because I'm not very good at mixing with my fellow filmies. So I never got the opportunity to interact with them. I never did. And after Dad died, no one ever came and put their hand on my head and said, "Chalo, I will take you under my wing." किसी ने नहीं किया. I was always on my own. Whatever I have done, whatever little, जो भी मैं थोड़ा बहुत सीखा हूँ, whatever I have done to get my life back on track, it's only been purely by the grace of God and a little bit of effort from my side. And after I got married, my wife's total involvement in my life, that has been a huge part. But there was nobody from the industry to put their hand on my head or guide me, or even with my first film, aside from Yashji and my mother, nobody told me that I was making a mistake. I was very young. I had, like I said, after getting kicked out of college, I got hold of my life. I lost my weight. I came in shape. I just wanted to make him proud. I just wanted to make him, I just wanted to, say, look, I've changed.
And you put that weight back?
I put that weight back because the first few films didn't work. And there was still a lot of anger in me with regards to the money incident. Not paying the dues.
To you?
To my family. That 1 crore 27 lakh that I was talking about.
Not to you. ऐसा कुछ नहीं हुआ?
नहीं, मेरे साथ कुछ नहीं.
Hey Ram, Betavi.
नहीं, perfectly clear. I've been very lucky with regards to my dealings with people. There I have no complaints. After my dad died, the money wasn't paid. We faced very tough times. I don't want to get into the gory details, but we did face very tough times. I was still smoldering, Vicky. I had not let go of that anger completely. My nature is such that if I am angry, it takes a long time for me to cool down.
वो आ जाता था कहीं ना कहीं उभर के.
It had never gone. I wanted to do this. I wanted to be in the industry to make him proud. But back then, I didn't want to also be in the industry. Then I said, nahi karna mere ko. I don't want to work with these people.
I'm doing what next?
I left. I started writing novels. I was writing for Penguin. I wrote 2 books. 1 book.
For one which you invited
I wrote
Mr.
that.
Bachchan.
Yes. And I had another 2-book deal with them. But before Scam, there was a reason that how things happened were, again, credit to my wife for that. I would get a lot of auditions, a lot of audition offers from Mukesh Chawda's casting agency. In particular, they were the ones contacting me the most. I was too heavy. I was even offered Badlapur, Sriram Raghavanji's film, the role that eventually went to Vinay Pathak. I was called for the audition, got the part. But I auditioned because it was Sriram Raghavanji who personally called me. He said, come to Maddock Films office और मैं तेरा audition लेता हूँ. I did the audition. But again, I was 145 kilos. He offered the role to me. I refused it. I said, I'm too fat. He even wrote to me. I've still got the email. He said, Shadab, if I had chased a girl as long as I chased you for this part, I would have been married right now. He even said that. And it was my biggest regret, one of my biggest regrets professionally, that I did not do Badlapur. He had a vision. He said, look, in the beginning when, you've seen the film, right?
Yeah.
He says, when the character kills Varun Dhawan's wife, through CGI will make you look as you were before. And then years later, when he runs into him at his restaurant, he's this heavy guy, he's done well for himself. I like that contrast, he said. The problem was, it would not work for me. With that weight, if I came back into the industry, I would be relegated to, with all due respect, a buffoon's role. Because this is how our business typecasts actors. मुझे वही role मिलता. I went because it was Sriram sir. मुझे बुलाया. You don't turn down when somebody of that stature calls you. You don't say, मैं नहीं कर रहा हूँ. Then I started losing weight. At around that time, my wife's mother, she was diagnosed with cancer. fourth stage. And the doctor said that she has probably a year or no more. So I would try my best to cheer her up, my wife, as best of my ability, but nothing was working. And I would ask her, I said, tell me, is there something I can do to make you feel better? She said, if there is something, I'll let you know. I started losing my weight. I was getting a lot of audition calls, but I still wasn't sure if I wanted to return to acting. Then there was a film called Romeo Akbar Walter, starring John
Abraham.
I was called for an audition for that role, for a role in that film. It was a small role, 4 scene. Pivotal character, but 4 scene. Okay, secondary character, but it was a decent role. So I said, okay, I'm going to go and I'm just going to turn it down. So I normally do. So I told my wife, I said, come with me. I'll turn the role down, दोपहर का time है, उसके बाद we'll go for lunch. She said, okay. She was at home. She was shuttling between the hospital and home because her mother was very serious at that time. I went for the audition. When I got out of the car, I was going to say no to the casting director. My wife turns around and tells me, she said, you said, is there something that you can do to cheer me up? I said, yeah. She said, well, if you want to cheer me up, I want you to audition for this part. I said, ठीक है, बोल के फंस गया मैं, ठीक है करता. I auditioned. Same evening, I got a call that I bagged the part. And that's how I came back. उसके बाद, during the making of Romeo Akbar Walter, I kid you not, 4 days before filming, there was an incident at home. Boiling water fell on me. I got 3rd-degree burns, chest and stomach. Eid was 4 days away. It was supposed to be a surprise for my family on Eid.
My wife as well.
No, my wife knew. My mom didn't know, my brother, my sister didn't know. Nobody else in the house knew. We're a joint family. बाकी लोगों को मैंने बताया नहीं.
But you found yourself in such a predicament. Right?
Predicament. And I still didn't tell them, because if I told them, they would pack me off straight to the burns ward at Messina or Bhati Hospital. They would not let me be at home.
And then?
Nobody except my wife knew. I was in complete isolation for 4 days. Even the producer and the director didn't know I got burnt. Because if they knew, they'd replace me. And I didn't want to be replaced now. I wanted to come back. मेरे दिमाग में बात की मेरे को भाई वापस आना है. The doctor told me, he was treating me. He said, if you catch an infection, you're gone. Because burns, 3rd-degree burns are very dicey. You have to be in isolation.
Yeah, you're exposed almost to your internal organs.
You can't. You cannot be out there.
Yeah.
You get an infection, you're gone. I remember I shot, I went for the first day of shooting. It was Eid. The next day was filming. There were around 200 guests downstairs in the house. I was upstairs with my wife in the room, lying without my shirt, in an absolute cold, freezing room. Very nervous because I'm facing the camera after 18 years. I went for filming. The most uncomfortable day of my life, because I was in excruciating pain. And I was so scared of getting an infection, Mickey. Back then, I had carried a hand sanitizer. It was not in fashion because there was no COVID. Back then, I had carried it because I was supposed to keep my hands sanitized. I was so scared of getting an infection that I actually stupidly poured sanitizer on my burns. And that burnt me for 3 straight days after that. So yeah, weird things have also happened leading up to these moments. Picture didn't work, but that got me noticed for scam.
But how did you wear something over your skin?
I was bandaged like a madman. I was literally like a mummy.
Robbie Grewal didn't know?
Didn't know.
He was the director?
Yes, I didn't tell him. मैंने किसी को बताया नहीं, except for my wife and I, nobody knew. मेरे घर में नहीं पता था. After I came back from first day of shoot, I told my family, they were hopping mad. They didn't like the idea. They said, you mad? मर जाओगे.
तो ऐसा क्या था पिक्चर में कि आपको वो करनी ही है?
Because मुझे वापस आना था. I had to come back now.
जब से वाइफ ने बोला कि ऑडिशन दे दो,
करो.
क्या मैं पूछ सकता हूँ अभी शादाब खान का क्या इरादा है?
Vicky, honestly speaking,
because you told me earlier in the interview that you have lost a lot of roles in the recent past.
Yes. मेरा क्या है ना, by nature, the more I'm denied, the more tenacious I get. If I have lost 60 roles, I don't care if I lose another 60. बट आई नो गॉड विलिंग मुझे एक मौका मिलेगा एंड आई जस्ट नीड वन चांस बिकॉज at the risk of sounding immodest, by the grace of God, I know exactly how good I am. I just need one chance and I'm ready. One chance and I'll prove my worth. I don't need 60 chances. I might have lost 60, but I need just one chance.
Amjad Khan's brother, Imtiaz, he also passed away
Yep.
suddenly.
Yep.
I guess he had a heart attack, right?
Yes, he had a heart attack. It was very sudden. Very, very sudden.
How is his wife, Krutika?
Chachi is doing very well. His daughter Aisha is doing very well. They're both very well. In fact, Aisha was over for Eid recently. So yeah, they're doing well for themselves. And yeah, they live right down the road. We do stay in touch very frequently.
Krutika is a fantastic actress.
very fine
I
actress.
wonder whether you've seen those 80s and 90s ka TV
In
serials.
fact, the first time I met her was on the set of Bunyad at Film City.
Okay.
That was when she and my uncle were courting. Yeah. So she's a wonderful person, a wonderful actress, no doubt.
Shadab, let's conclude this with a very, very interesting anecdote that happened with your dad, Amjad Khan.
It didn't happen on the set of a film. It happened on the highway between Gandhinagar and Mumbai. अभी गांधीनगर से हम लोग वापस आ रहे थे. एक शो था. Dad, myself, a very famous director, sorry, not an actor, he was a director, a very famous director, no names, very big director. And dad's driver, Rajasthani driver, Kishan Singh, नाम था उसका. Now on the way to Gandhinagar, Bombay से, I was riding shotgun, मतलब मैं आगे बैठा था. Dad was in the back seat. On the way back, on the way back to Bombay from Gandhinagar, we had decided कि मैं पीछे बैठ जाऊंगा, आप आगे बैठ जाना. तो डायरेक्टर साहब came with us. तो डैड ने डायरेक्टर साहब मुझे बिठा दिया, बिल डायरेक्ट. मुझे बोला तू आगे बैठ जा. मैंने बोला यार ये तो it's not fair. I said we decided riding shotgun मतलब मुझे जागना पड़ेगा रात को. You can't, if you're sitting next to the driver, you can't go to sleep. और ड्राइवर की आग लग जाएगी, खासकर हाईवे पर. Can't, you have to be alert. तो ऐसे ये गलत है डैड. ऐसे आपने बोला था कि मैं पीछे बैठूंगा. ऐसे डोंट वरी, डायरेक्टर साहब को आगे बिठा देंगे. ऐसे नहीं, ऐसे थोड़ी होता है. ऐसे डोंट वरी, खुद जाएगा, डोंट वरी, लीव इट टू मी यार. ऐसे ठीक है. बैठ गया, मैं आ गया. गाड़ी चल रही है. हमारा जो ड्राइवर था किशन सिंह, सच बोल रहा हूँ कि ही वॉज नाइट ब्लाइंड. उसको रात को दिखता नहीं था.
तो हायर क्यों किया था आपने उसको?
बिकॉज डैड लाइक द गाय, ही वॉज अ नाइस गाय. वो क्या करता था, हाईवे पर एक ट्रक के पीछे गाड़ी चलाता था और वो लाल लाइट फॉलो करता था, ऐसे जस्ट फॉलो इट. उसको दिखता नहीं था. सो वो हाईवे पर चला रहा है रात को 10-11 बजे. इट्स अ लॉन्ग ड्राइव, 40 की स्पीड पर. तो डायरेक्टर टोल्ड माय फादर कि यार अमजद ये ड्राइवर इतना स्लो क्यों चला रहा है यार, उसको बोलो तेज चलाने को, इतना पीछे क्यों जा ट्रक के, निकल जा आगे. डैड ने बोला नाइट ब्लाइंड, इज नाइट ब्लाइंड यार. डैड ने बोला क्या बकवास करो, नाइट ब्लाइंड यार, दिखता नहीं. बोला दिखता नहीं, उसको कुछ दिखता नहीं, कांट सी. यानी वाकई उसको दिखता नहीं था. इससे वो गाड़ी की जो टेल लाइट्स उसको फॉलो कर रहा है.
दिन में दिखता था उसको?
दिन में फाइन. जैसी रात होती थी, ही वॉज प्रैक्टिकली ब्लाइंड.
कादर खान बोल रहा था
लिटरली ही कुडंट सी. वो ट्रक के पीछे की जो लाइट्स होती थी वो फॉलो करता था. तो फॉलो कर रहा है. तो डायरेक्टर बोला क्या मजाक कर रहा हूँ, थोड़ी होता है ऐसे यार, ही कांट बी नाइट ब्लाइंड यार, बकवास मत कर यार. बोला अच्छा मैं दिखाता हूँ. चल. सो डैड येल्ड, अरे किशन सिंह उठ. उसने ब्रेक मार दी. देयर वाज नो ऊट. गांधीनगर में ऊट कहाँ से आएगा. ब्रेक मार दिया उसने गाड़ी में, उसको दिखा नहीं. उसने मेन रोड पे गाड़ी रोक दी उसने. डैड से देखो अंधा है, नाइट ब्लाइंड. डायरेक्टर ने बोला अंधा है यार. बोला अंधा है. बोले एक काम कर, मैं चलाता हूँ. आगे आ गए, किशन सिंह को बाजू में बिठाया. 12 घंटे जो जर्नी थी वो डायरेक्टर साहब ने गाड़ी चलाई. आई केम इन द बैक एंड द ड्राइवर वॉज राइडिंग शॉटगन. जैसे कहा था कि मैं आगे भेज दूंगा उनको, हो जाएगा, वैसे ही हुआ. He's very good at that.
Dad had made a script.
Yeah, but
He should have made more movies. Yeah.
he was a way better actor than a script writer. And
Just
he
made
himself,
Chor Police.
yeah, but again censors में अटक गए. That for more than 18 months or something he was stuck in censors.
कितना कट हुआ?
एक सीन था They had a one scene problem on, again, it was ego here. They wanted that one scene cut. Dad said it was integral to the film. It was a rape scene. And there was nothing vulgar in it. It was violent, but there was nothing vulgar. तो वहाँ जाके नड़ गए. तो वहाँ प्रॉब्लम हो गया दोनों के बीच. Because of that, the film got delayed. That affected the performance of the film.
Ameer Aadmi, Garib Aadmi.
Ameer Aadmi, Garib Aadmi, unfortunately, was not a great script. But again, his handling of the director's baton was very good. He was, again, technically a very good director. But a fantastic actor.
How were his relations with the other villains in the Bollywood then?
Oh, excellent. He, when I was younger, I was very young. I was around 5 or 6 years old. My favorite villain was Ranjit Saab. And Ranjit Saab would get very happy when he heard that. So whenever Dad and Ranjit Saab were shooting and I was there, he'd call me. He said, "Beta, बताओ तुम्हारा favorite villain कौन है?" I said, "Ranjit." He said, "देख, तेरा बेटा बोलता मैं हूँ." Dad would not like that. He said, "नहीं, अभी बच्चा है, बड़ा होना दो उसको. Let him grow up, then I'm sure his mind will change." Ranjit Saab used to be very happy when I would say that Ranjit Saab is my favorite villain. But I was about 5 or 6 years old at that time. Good memories, man. Times were different.
Amrish Puri.
Amrish ji, again, Dad was offered a couple of films that he turned down. That went to Amrish ji. Hum Panch was one of them. He was offered the main villain's role that Amrish ji did. And there was another film. Okay, I'll give you another incident. Another film that Dad was offered was a film called Teri Meherbaniyan. Remember that? Jackie Dadab. In which the dog is the main character. You remember that film? So I remember I was there for that story narration. The director, I think, was Mr. K. Bapaiah, who came home to narrate the script of Teri Meherbaniyan. And he was narrating the script full flow. कि अभी आपकी एंट्री होती है और अभी कैमरा चार्ज करता है और कुत्ता आता है फ्रेम में. हर 2 मिनट में कुत्ता फ्रेम में आ रहा है. We seen the film. Jackie Dada dies at the interval point, and the dog takes revenge. That is the sense. The film went on to become a super hit. So हर 2 मिनट में और ये कुत्ते ने जंप मारा और ये कुत्ते ने आपका हाथ काटा और ये कुत्ते की एंट्री हुई. हर 2 मिनट में कुत्ता आ रहा है स्टोरी में. और डैड लिस्ट आफ्टर हियरिंग द एंटायर थिंग आउट एंड के बापा सेड, सो अमजद साहब कैसा लगा आपको विलन का रोल? बोला अच्छा लगा, लेकिन एक काम करता हूँ, मैं 50 किलो कम करता हूँ, वो कुत्ते का रोल मुझे दे दे. क्या बोल रहे हैं? कुत्ते का रोल बेस्ट रोल है पिक्चर में यार, विलन का रोल नहीं, मुझे कुत्ते का रोल दे दे. सर मजाक मत करो, ऐसे नहीं, मेरे को देता है तो कुत्ते का रोल दे, मेरे को विलन का रोल नहीं करना है. एंड ही डिडंट डू द फिल्म. आई सेड डैड यार कम ऑन, आई वाज वेरी यंग. आई सेड बट लिसन, आई सेड यार फिल्म डजंट मेक एनी सेंस टू मी. सुपर हिट. Amrish did that role. That film and Hum Panch contributed tremendously to Amrish's career. Both came to Dad.
What about Dad's equation with Kader Khan?
No, Kader Khan Sahab, again, very interesting incident. During Patal Bhairavi, they did that film together. Not too many people know. Have you seen Patal Bhairavi?
Yeah.
In Patal Bhairavi, the character played by Kader Khan Sahab, the magician, the villain, was supposed to be played by my dad. And Kader Khan Sahab was supposed to play Chanchal, my father's character, the comedian's character.
Okay.
अभी क्या हुआ, पिक्चर की शूटिंग थी, 1 हफ्ता बचा था शूटिंग में. And I was again there for this incident. They were at this place. They bumped into each other at BR, dubbing theatre. Dad had just finished his dubbing and he was leaving. Kader Khan Sahab had come in to dub for some other film.
At Juhu.
At Juhu. They started talking. Kader Khan Sahab was also writing the dialogues of Patal Bhairavi. So he started telling कि तेरा ये dialogue ये है character का, and they both started enacting the characters. And while enacting the characters, Dad said यार मुझे villain से अच्छा रोल तो ये लग रहा है. And Kader भाई said कि यार अमजद सच बोलूँ तो मुझे भी वो रोल से better villain का रोल लग रहा है.
So swap.
So they said ऐसे काम करते हैं यार, तू ये रोल कर ले, मैं वो करता हूँ, बहुत अच्छा आइडिया करते हैं, ऐसे करते हैं. They called up, वहाँ से there were no cell phones. They went to the office and they called up the director. Mr. Krishna, I think the director was. Told him कि देखिए हमने decide कर लिया है कि अमजद भाई wants to play the comedian, I want to play the villain. Is that okay with you? He said, सर मुझे कादर खान साहब, अमजद खान साहब दोनों मिल रहे हैं, करो, मेरे को क्या फ़र्क पड़ता है. Interchange. They interchanged 1 week before filming. 1 or 2 weeks before filming. That was a security actors back then had. आज आप मुझे बता दीजिए 2 एक्टर जो ऐसा करेंगे. Who will swap roles like that? Who will have the confidence to do it? Or the trust on each other to pull it off? कोई नहीं करेगा.
You in touch with your favorite villain, Ranjit?
No, I'm not in touch with Ranjit Saab at all. But
He's a very cute guy.
they're wonderful man.
I had the privilege of interviewing him in his Jew bungalow. The way he has maintained the
He was a
bungalow.
wonderful man. Wonderful man, a wonderful actor.
Lovely terrace, lovely house, lovely swimming pools. And what a wonderful guy.
A wonderful man and the longevity of his career. रंजीत साहब हुए, आप शक्ति जी को देखो, गुलशन जी को देखो, प्रेम चोपड़ा साहब को देखो. These actors had tremendous career longevity. Remarkable, and all of them were fantastic actors. Brilliant in what they did and conducted themselves with a lot of grace and dignity. Which I don't know if it is there in today's day and age, but I haven't lost hope yet.
Your dad always said, don't let the sun go down on me. I'm sure you'll always be there to keep it up in the sky. Thank you, Shadab. Thank you for this lovely conversation.
Thank you for having me, Vicky. Thank you.